Hey guys, today we're going to be spinning some art yarn, or what I call art yarn anyways. It's artsy for me. It's still pretty structured because I don't like to be too creative, but we're going to be doing that today, and we're going to be doing it in this gorgeous setting. Today is my day to be manning the barn down at our studio. I guess it's a shared studio. It's a shared space. It's wonderful. We have a whole bunch of different vendors, and it's a great spot for us to kind of really showcase our work. So today, hopefully we'll be productive. Hopefully we'll also have a lot of customers, but that's not what this video is about. So art yarn, let's get started. So for this one, I've actually done some prep work and kind of gotten it ready to go prior to the Tour de Fleece starting because I was thinking ahead. I have done 3 bag bundles of pre-carded. So you can see here, I've already carded this stuff and got it ready so that we can just blend it one time round right on the carder. I don't want it to end up blended, as I just said, but each of these little fibers here has its own, color code, I guess you could say. We've got some darks, we've got a nice light Morite gray, and some more of that one you just saw me spinning in the last video, that gray with the thing. Now, what I didn't do was I didn't pre-card this because, again, I don't want to lose these. So it's just going to be put in as we go, and it's going to work fantastic. Oh, and some wonderful Angelina fibers. Super, super excited for those too. I think this is going to turn out fantastic. Burgundies and purples are one of my favorite colors, in case you didn't know. So I am enthused to do this one. I'm going to split. So what I have here is a little over 100 grams already measured out. I'm going to split the colors into 3 segments so that I can do 3 bats on the carder. I wonder if I should maybe do 4. Anyways, we'll deal with that when the time comes. And we're going to put it on. This time we're going to take it off a little differently. Rather than using a roving, we're going to take it off as rolags. That's something I've seen a lot of people do with art yarns, is the rolags, so that you get those pretty kind of color variations throughout. So we're going to give that a shot this time. I have spun from plain rolags. I enjoy it. I actually find in some instances it works even better than going from the roving, but I don't know, this is going to be an experiment. So anyways, like I said, I've got enough to make 3 of these. So let's get started. I highly doubt I'm going to get 3 done in one day, but we'll see what sort of wonderfulness we can do and go from there. All right, so I made the decision to do into 4 piles. Just gave me a little bit more assurance that I wasn't going to end up with a little tiny bit needed at the end and end up with something that looked totally different. All right, so here is our first bundle of kind of mixed up fibers, and we're just going to kind of randomly get them onto the carder wheel and peel it off and see what happens. Going to start with this pale pink. This is the lightest color that we've got going. I didn't bother to clean off the carder because it's got the same fleece that we're going to be putting into this one anyway, so I really don't think it's going to make much difference. I think we'll put a random piece of this nice dark color. Look at that going on there. Might not put all of it. I want to save some for the top. And we'll go this really nice light Morite gray for the other side. That's a little bit much, I think. Like I say, I really don't have a plan. We're kind of just winging it. I think we need to get some more of that gorgeous purple in there. Take this one and I'm going to split it. Now, the one thing I will say is this is, you can see all those little bobbly bits. This is a white that I dyed as a roving. Not sure I love that method because it felted quite a bit and then it really kind of ends up messy. So it may be a more difficult spin. That's why I'm going to do the art yarn. Oh, look at that beautiful color splashed in there. And we're going to do some on this, and then I think we need to get some Angelina sparkles. Now, I have no idea how you do this. You see people do it right into the bottom of their carder. I've tried. It doesn't work for me, so this is my method. I'm just going to put it on and then spin my wheel and hope that it works to kind of blend in as we get more fiber on there. Perfect opportunity here to add a little bit of this guy with that. See, those fibers, they just don't really stay on for me. There must be a method to this that I just don't know. Please share if you do. Don't get me wrong, I can make this work, but it's kind of probably not the easiest way. A little bit of it is staying, but really we've lost a lot of that pretty coloring. But that's okay because there's lots of other color. And we're going to get some of these little clumpities, I'm pretty sure, too. I'm going to put a bit more of this fiber on. Like I say, backs. Anyways, I'm going to keep going with this method, and then I'll bring you back when we're ready to take them off in the rolags and get some spinning done. I'm very curious to see how this is going to turn out. I think it'll be really, really pretty. All right, so we have that first bat all onto the carder. It looks nice and varying in my opinion. Hopefully we've got enough of those Angelina fibers in there. And let's get it off and see what happens. So as I mentioned, we're going to take this one off like rolags. So I just used my 2 dowels, went down that center strip just like usual, and pull it a little bit. I like my rolags quite thin, so hopefully we can get them off here without being too thick. Oh, I'm going to just see if I can bring you over here. Actually, I'll just bring it over to you. I would say that's looking quite pretty on there. Look. Oh, super exciting. All right, here we have in the bowl our first bat all made into our rolags. Only 3 more to go, and then a lot more after that. Well, guys, look. Oh, they are so pretty. That is one thing about rolags. They always look so pretty. It's actually 120 grams in the end by the time I added all the Angelina and that sort of stuff. So it's a little bit heavier than normal, but that's okay. I've got my e-spinner here and we are going to get this spun up. I am so curious to see what it's going to look like. Don't have my cameraman today, so it's going to be a little less interactive footage, but that's okay. I really, really hope that I still get the differentiation. I think that's the right word, of the colors, because I don't want it to blend too much that you don't get distinct dark browns and grays and purples or burgundies or whatever you want to call it. So fingers crossed, that's what we get as a result. All right, so we've got our bucket of rolags, and basically you can spin a rolag right from the rolag. I like to kind of tease it out a bit more into a roving, I know, but it just kind of seems to save me getting bunched up. The other thing I am noticing here is that I've got a few little clumpies. You can see right there, we got a like kind of little clumpy. So pulling it out just lets me know if I've got something that's really messy that I need to sort out before I get into the whole spinning. All right, so we've got our rolag all pulled out. We're gonna just get that onto the e-spinner here. Just make that little loop on the end through, turn it on, and hopefully away we go. Now, the one thing I like about spinning an art yarn is it is meant to be a little bit funky, right? Because I am definitely going to get some clumps in here. There is no doubt about it. So you can see on there, let me turn it a bit more. There is a little bit of striping going on. It's not as dramatic as I'd hoped it would be, but I do think it's okay. I'm curious when we actually get this made up into something, how it looks, but we're getting some unique striping there, you can see, which is quite fun. But I'm liking at least that we're getting those darks and we're getting those strong purpley burgundies. So all in all, I'm pleased. All right, guys. So this has taken me 2 days now, but wait till you see what we've managed to get spun of this beautiful, I'm going to call it purple burgundy. I'm super, super pleased with it. It's going really, really well. And let's take a look. Look, guys, I got 2 skeins done and my 3rd one almost done. Funny thing is, I thought I had planned out my colors pretty even, but as you can see, there is quite a difference in color between these, and I'm sure when we get this one finished and off, it's gonna look different as well. But this is for a project for me, so I don't have a problem with that. I think it's gonna turn out fantastic, but some pretty intense spinning for 2 days, and now we're going to move on and go back to that fleece that we picked out at the end of the last video and do some cleaning. You saw us end the last video right where we're starting washing up that fleece. Now, I made the decision, executive decision, I'm only going to wash one at a time. That way I can spread them out a little bit more. We've got a threat of thunderstorms coming and I kind of would like it to dry as much as possible. So we're tackling the worst one first. And we're going to get this white one out of the bag, see how bad it is. I definitely can tell there are parts that didn't get skirted well. There is quite a bit of vegetable matter in parts, so I've got 2 separate buckets. I'm going to kind of try and put the nicer fleece into one and the scrubbier fleece into another, just in case I make the decision to not bother with the you know, stuff that's got a bit more hay and things in it. So let's get this out. I'm just going to dump it on the deck and we're going to see. There's quite a bit of mess going on here, but this is the best place for me to work. All right, so here's my fancy setup. We're just sitting down. I've got the fleece here, my 2 buckets, and we're just going to pick through. And the first bit that I grab, I'll be honest, that's going to go into the keep in the good one pile. I'm curious because it looks so yellow right now, but I know it'll end up white. I might take off this bit here. It should have been skirted. It's kind of gotten, you know, a lot of guck in there, but I'm not going to drag you through all the details. We're just going to try and do it as quickly as possible. And hopefully this will clean up to be not too bad. Like I say, I'm just separating stuff that is a little bit more hayed, I'm not even sure if that's a proper term, into the one bucket. And then the other bucket is the nicer stuff. It'll just make it a lot easier. It's like this. I mean, really, that should have just been skirted out rather than even put in there. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of fleece here. It's a big fleece. Definitely an adult bugs, all sorts of good stuff. But it still pulls apart well, but still holds together well as well. See, I'm pulling pretty hard and that is still firm. So here you can see our 2 buckets. There's our first one with the really quite nice stuff. And then there is our second one with the average stuff, we'll say. Now, I haven't pushed these into the water yet because I just wanted to show you guys. But you can see there, very little vegetable matter. It's very yellow, but otherwise seems really good. So I'm curious as to what color that's going to come out. This one here, you can still see it's in pretty good shape, but there's definitely some kind of more matted bits and things like that. So it may end up dryer balls. It may end up that a lot of it washes out and it's perfectly fine, but we won't know till we do it and see. Well, guys, as I mentioned outside while we were doing that fleece, it is hot today. So once again, I am under the fan carding away because I'd really like to do some spinning today as well as some washing. So I managed to find a little bit of this gorgeous gray. Now, I said I wanted to do some gray, and I know I have a gray fleece to wash, but I found this little bag. It's not very much. It probably is gonna maybe make 2 skeins if we're lucky, but it's super clean, super pretty. It's gonna be like silvery. It's so gorgeous. So we're gonna card some of this up, and I'm gonna go sit outside and spin. This one is definitely not a lamb fleece. It's a lot coarser than most of my lamb fleeces would be, but it's still quite thick with that nice bell coat. And oh, it's going to be a beautiful color. You can already see it going onto the carder there, going quite silvery gray. Once I card this through a few times, it is going to be gorgeous. All right, guys, look at this beautiful silver gray poof. I'm so excited to spin this. It is lovely. I'm probably going to do it my usual, just kind of like that halfway between DK and worsted, because it's probably for mittens. It is, like I say, a little bit coarse for something finer, but it is going to be beautiful and I think quite a nice dark gray. So let's see if we can get another color on the spectrum in our quest for as many Icelandic sheep fleece colors as possible spun for the Tour de Fleece. All right, so as we head out to do some spinning on that gorgeous gray, I thought I would show you how our white is shaping up here on the racks. I ended up splitting it into 3 categories. The top one being the real nice stuff. I mean, this stuff, you can see there's very little vegetable matter. It's quite silky soft, relatively clean. I think it's going to spin up quite simply. And then we kind of have the second one. My light is fading outside here, but you can see we've got a little bit of hay and vegetable matter in there. And that is why we've kind of graded it down a little bit, because we're going to have to do a little bit of picking through. But all in all, it is still very nice fiber. And our bottom rack really, I think, is probably going to end up mostly for dryer balls. It's got a lot of vegetable matter. We're going to probably have to put it through the picker and see how it goes. But I still washed it all the same because it could come in handy for something. All right, and I just quickly grabbed some of the stuff that I didn't bother washing because it didn't make the cut. And you can see that beautiful color difference between what I've scoured and what is dirty. I think all in all, it cleaned up quite well and turned out a beautiful color. Well, I'm not going to say that it is a lot cooler out here, but at least in the shade, it's a little bit more bearable. It is cold. It is hot out today, but we are still spinning, and this gray is turning out absolutely gorgeous, just as I knew it would. All right, so we are taking off some of that gorgeous white that we just dried. Alex has been helping me out on the carder, and it's been a big help getting some stuff spun for this, but I had to show you just how beautiful this white looks. Well, guys, we're wrapping up this video, and look, wonderful. That's that beautiful white that we just washed. I'm actually about to go out and start washing that gray fleece as well. I did splurge and do some old gray. Turned out beautiful. We'll do a kind of pan of these in a moment, but progressing well. I have to say, being 9 days in now, I thought I'd have more done, but it is what it is, right? The first day was pretty much a write-off. I barely even span, and I am definitely finding some snags along the way, but wait till you see the colors I've got. I am so pleased with the array, and we still have some more yet to card and spin, so hopefully we can get there. 9 days, so we still got 12 days left, so I think we can have quite a pile here by the time we're all said and done. So stay tuned as we keep going on this Tour de Fleece. We've got a challenge day coming up. I am not sure what I'm doing for that yet, but stay tuned and we'll see. It may just be get some more fleece spun. So until next time, we'll see you later.